1 million euros and a trophy with someone's name on it. But who? 4 players remain in the Millions Germany main event. Plesuv, Blom, Silcock and Simao. But only one can take home the big prize. Yes, look at that. After 3.5 days of poker, we have whittled down the 1,022 names that started to the final 4. And as we join the action, one of those has more chips than the other 3 combined. It is none other than Moldova's Pavel Plesuv in a very strong position. Let's get straight to the action with John Duffy and yours truly, James Dempsey on commentary.
Yeah, I was looking a little bit deflated now. It's sad. You know, I know. Look, you and I both know that he's got a hand here. See if he runs, you know, on the button.
He does have a mix of raising sizes. I think he'll raise here and try and induce a shove for a worse hand. It's fine. It would be bad if he was just shoving every hand because it'd be obvious, but he has mixed it up so far today. And he is going to get a call from Rickie.
Maybe he's got at least an over, 1 over.
Rickie, you're right, does have king deuce.
Yeah, we agreed on 10, 5 or 10.
Okay.
Flop is jack.
Let's do
4-4.
5. Let's do 5. Okay.
Having watched Rickie before, he'll just check fold here, I think. Unless Pavel gets tricky and just checks back.
Very possible. And he does check back. As Rickie folds a lot, wants to get some value out of his 10s. Not the turn card he would have wanted to see.
Neither of them have got a spade in their hand.
That is good news for Pavel, but maybe
there we go.
Rickie looks like he's going to get a bit out of line.
He did set a trap.
Bets 15 million. It's about half pot. Action to Pavel. Now we'll see. He will call here.
He might even raise in case Rickie's got a spade in his hand.
He does call. It'll be interesting to see what happens if a spade comes up on the river. Rickie follows up with a bet here. We haven't seen him get himself in too many tricky spots, and that's not really a card.
I think Rickie will give in now, don't you?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
Kind of get. Oh, no.
Take it back. Take it back.
Maybe he thinks Pavel may well have a 2 overcards like an ace queen, king queen, ace, whatever with a spade. If he believes
I think
Pavel was just calling with high cards and a spade, this is a nice little bet from Rickie.
It's a good bet, but I think it's going to get called.
Yeah, I think unfortunately for him, Pavel has a stronger hand. Of course, Pavel doesn't have a spade himself, so making it more likely Rickie can be betting. And he does make the call, and poor Rickie finally makes a move. And
beat it. Yeah.
Pavel does get him.
So he did kind of set the trap on the flop by checking.
155. That's 2/3 of the chips in play, John, with 4 left. It's a pretty nice spot to be in.
Look, it's going to be really difficult to unseat him. I mean, it's almost like the 3 of them are playing for second place. You know, in fact, in their minds, that's probably what they are doing at the moment.
Well, certainly with the payouts the way they are, these guys have got one eye on second prize now. Pavel's thinking only of the win.
So now a real waiting game between those 3 shorter stacks. Who will be out in 4th?
And here we go, Isolde, pocket queens, our man in action.
Patience pays off, right? Okay, see if you can find anything to... So maybe if Pavel's got something. No, not
Let's
Pavel.
have a look.
Oh, okay, yes,
Wow,
Pavel.
okay, Pavel, ace king.
All right, this is all in, all in.
Well, this will for sure be all in.
Yeah.
Twitch will explode with excitement as your man Isolde would be all in a flip. He calls. The other 2 will be rooting for Pavel's ace king here. Isolde can't believe he's in a flip with a hand as strong as queens.
He wanted to see jacks, but look, he knows. Look, he's slight favourite, as you know and I know, but he doesn't want to be vulnerable. He doesn't want to go out now.
No, of course, but desperately unlucky not to be in better shape. The flop. 5-7-3, all good so far for Isolde.
Okay,
Pavel can pick a running wheel up, but there are no flush considerations to be made. So Pavel will need to hit an ace or a king, or he will double up the most dangerous man on the table. Turn is an 8. Pavel down to just the 6 outs, going to the river. Does not want to double up Isolde. If he does win this pot, of course, he will have nearly 80% of the chips in play. And the river is a queen. Wow. Isolde actually improves to a set, not that he needed it. So a huge double up for Isolde, and Pavel knocked down to just 54% of the chips in play.
Oh, that's brought a smile to his face. He really looked like he thought he was going to lose that, you know, because Pavel's just obviously been running like
four-handed. He's raised it up. Pavel's moved all in. He has every right to think he'd be in a much better place than a flip.
Yeah.
Well, as the dealer counts out these chips for Isildur, we will head to a quick break. Welcome back to King's Casino Rozvadov. We are still four-handed here at our main event final table. Pavel still with that lead, but Isildur with that timely double up. Now perhaps looking to change gear.
Isildur.
Not that far behind.
In the big blind on the short stack will raises up. Hope Rickie folds. Can keep doing this knowing Rickie is unlikely to bluff him well. What does he make of this? Well, this is exactly why Isildur can get away with these small raises. So Rickie will not happy to play against him. And of course, Isildur has raises slightly bigger, so Joao can't flat.
He can only really...
Joao's decision is to go with it pre or not. 3x'd it.
What would you do in that situation?
Well, actually, I mean, Jack-9 suited is one of the hands that you kind of have to play.
Yeah.
With, of course, 32 million
according
back.
to the book that you all read.
Well, it's just too good. He's basically calling all in. I mean, he's going to shove most of these flops.
Yeah. Oh,
that might not be one of them.
Yeah, I was really not running well at the moment. He's not hitting anything. He's just...
He may still do it. He does move all in, and Isildur will surely call here. Only 30 million more, and he has ace high.
How much is it?
He knows if Joao had any better hand than that, he would have checked it over to Isildur. So surely Isildur does call.
Yeah.
And Joao at risk of elimination. He does have some backdoor draws and currently drawing live for a pair. I like this play. I suppose it's unfortunate Isildur actually has a hand. So, like I say, Joao needs a jack or a 9 or he will be eliminated in 4th place. Rickie looking on intently there. Does have those backdoor draws. Turn is a deuce, no help. Joao reduced to needing this jack or 9 on the river. Well, he will leave in 4th, and Isildur will climb over 300 million in chips. It's faked on one card. Isildur as cool as ice. All smiles for now. What will the river bring? Is an ace. No good for Joao. Isildur will eliminate him in 4th place.
Well played, Joao.
Yeah, a lot of respect there for Joao.
Yeah.
By the rail and his fellow competitors. He will, of course, receive 280,000 euros for 4th place.
Yeah, but he'll be massively disappointed, though.
He will, of course. When he doubled up with 4 or 5 left, whenever it was, and he got into the game, he would have felt like he had a chance at this title. Of course, he made his move with Queen 10. It was unfortunate that Pavel had King Queen and flopped a king.
Let's not forget, I mean, 280,000 euros.
For a 5k buy-in.
That's a hell of a lot of money. You know, a hell of a lot of money.
And of course, well, with that, all 3 players have ladded up to at least 3rd, and 400,000 euros is the 3rd place money.
Wow.
Here with our 4th place finisher, Joao Simao. Joao, you really have had an incredible performance here in Rozvadov. You've had 4 cashes, including this one. Now, I know this is not the result that you wanted, but you have to be feeling proud about your performance here.
Yeah, to be honest, I'm 100% happy. Of course, everyone played to win, but I got the worst seat in the final table, and maybe the worst cards. Everyone double many times, many aces, kings against aces. I got a cooler queens against kings. So to be honest, I was playing to win, of course, but my strategy was looking the 3 left, 4 left, and then hope something, you know. I try my best. I'm very happy with my game, and that's it. That's poker, and I can't complain. 3 final tables, I don't know, maybe almost 700,000 euros.
Yeah.
What can I
Not
say?
awful, right?
Very thankful. And now I have a flight very soon, so I just busted in the right time to take my flight and go see my wife and my kids. So all good. Yeah.
Lovely. Well, congrats and thank you so much, Joao.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Obrigado.
Colette, I can tell you, John is writing down. You're fired by the looks of it.
Yeah. Who is the old guy commentating? That's James Dempsey. That'll be James.
Well, John Duffy, of course, does have the most hair in the booth.
Yeah, that's not hard.
That's not very nice.
Yeah, but you're good looking though.
Oh, there we go.
You
What
know.
a sweetheart you are. Back on Rickie. And he finds 8-3.
I love hero value. Yeah, it would have been an awful call. Yeah, that's why. That's why I.
That's why John can always find a cash game when he wants one.
It's true. I must be winning. I've got a pair. I've got a pair of threes. I could always flop a set.
Well, this... Oh, no, sorry. I thought Pavel had 5 for a spades there for a second. Not quite as interesting as I was thinking. He's way out in front with his 6. He will check that back. He turns a gut shot, of course. Pavel also turns a straight draw. One of the ends obviously not good.
So an
Certainly
8.
5 high, definitely a hand he doesn't want to try and get to showdown, so we'll bet that straight draw.
So an 8 will not be good.
An 8 would be a terrible card for him.
That's all right.
7.
So he just goes check here probably.
Check, or Isildur might try and squeeze a little bit of value. Of course, Pavel may decide to bluff. He does bluff. I sense it has to be quite a big bet.
Oh, he's going to. I think it's
He
going to
needs
get
to
called.
he's gone quite small. I think. Yeah, he wasn't trying to make Isildur fold a hand as strong as that. That was the issue. He was trying to make him fold no pair hands. I would have actually liked to see him go quite big there and try and make him fold a hand as strong as a 10.
I think Pavel knows Viktor's, history obviously, and he wants to, he wants to be seen to be playing against him. Yeah. There they are, the crowd.
Having a good time.
Yeah.
It's always nice when your buddy wins at least 400 grand.
Yeah.
Singing to Pavel now.
I can't hear what the audience is saying, but it's obviously funny.
Tickling his humour.
The bar, by the way, is just about 10 feet from the TV table.
Oh, yes, sorry.
Don't know who designed that.
I remember having a free bar at the in season 1 of the tournament that I used to run before.
The series
in
we
Dublin.
will not name.
Yeah. I used to run this series of tournaments before in Dublin. One of them was in Dublin, and I had decided to have a free bar there.
Carnage.
Biggest mistake I ever made. They were fighting in the bleachers. There were people coming off the street.
Well, Pavel limps this one in. Rickie checks his option with 9-4. Flop. 3, 4, 8. Pavel a gut shot. Rickie second pair. Pavel 2 options here. He may have said to check back with a hand as strong as ace high and a gut shot, but maybe not too concerned about Rickie check raising him. Does decide to bet. Rickie, of course, we can see has the best hand. Turn. Wow, what a turn for Rickie. Improves the trips. He checks. Pavel, though, I suspect will check this hand back. That's the best hand still a fair amount of time and doesn't make Rickie fold many cards.
Here comes the deuce.
Oh yeah, I was about to say a deuce will be what it.
Oh, you just know it.
Of course, it is a deuce. This spells curtain to Rickie, right?
You just know it. It's just sick. He could get. He could get away from it if he bets small.
Yeah, it all depends how big he bets himself.
He could get away with it from
He's playing with his chips and looking at Pavel.
It's a cooler.
Well, he's bet quite big. Yeah, 35 million.
I don't think he can get away from it now.
Yeah, this Pavel, I think, will just jam in this spot. Knows if he raises the way Rickie plays, he probably just folds it down anyway. So we'll just go all in, I think. And very unfortunate for Rickie if he does, because he won't like it, but I can't see how he can fold.
I think Rickie can. I honestly think he can find a fold here.
I don't.
I think he can. Honestly, I think he can.
I don't think he's going to give Pavel credit for limping an ace on the button.
Was it the 5-6? He's got the
5-6
ace
is the main
5.
concern, but
yeah,
he
the 5-6.
maybe would. Well, he has moved all in.
I think he can find a fold. Just think about it. Think it through. Think it through.
Like it.
He doesn't. He knows he's losing. Oh no!
He does
he's out.
call.
He's out. He's out. Yeah, yeah. Oh, I thought
Wow.
he might.
Well.
Unlucky, Rickie.
Well, very
well played,
unlucky for Rickie. That hand a complete setup. It's worth noting John did call in the deuce on the river.
I just thought it might. You know what it's like. Is that sometimes when people are running like that, it just happens. You know.
Desperate unlucky. But Rickie does walk away with 400,000 euros. And I don't want to say memory of a lifetime, but certainly this far in his poker career, the best moment. Taking on the best players in the world.
Well then, with Rickie's elimination, our final 2 are set, and what a prospect we have. Pavel Plesuv heads up against Viktor Isildur 1 Blom.
We are heads up here in Razvodov for the Party Poker Live Millions main event. One of these players will be taking home a cool 1 million euros, along with all the glory.
And right now, it's very evenly poised. Pavel holds the slight advantage with 590 million. Viktor, 422 to his name. There's nothing in it.
See there the trophy on the table. That's what these players are playing out for. 400,000 euros in difference to money here. Well, look at this.
Queens again. This seems to be his card. Queens.
Yeah.
Ace. I mean, you know, this is going to be interesting because. One second.
He's probably playing a hand online or something. We'll all wait for you, Isildur. You send that text.
Or texting his mum.
He's going to look down and find queens when he does eventually decide to play.
Yeah.
Pavel has raised it to 20 million after all this. Now see if you can read Isildur when he looks at his cards here. Well, he doesn't need to give anything away there.
Not really.
It's always quite funny when the action is on you and you've been playing with your phone or something and it comes back to you. Well, it's not shocked. Well, he does 3-bet. And Pavel may think this is going to be Isildur's strategy in this heads-up match. You know, he's going to.
He should call with ace high. Heads up. At least.
He does decide to see a flop, so already this heads-up match, not messing around, 128 million chips in the pot. Isildur with a little less than 3 times that back.
So Isildur is pretty certain about the cards he doesn't want to see.
And Jack 10-10.
It's very safe.
Happy with that flop.
Yeah.
Certainly good enough hand to bet. Of course, we'll be hoping Pavel may have a couple of Broadway combinations. Obviously the ones that don't include a 10. If he has a Queen Jack, King Queen, hands that will continue on this board.
I think he's done with it.
With ace-8, I think are right. I think he just.
You and I are wrong.
Oh, he will call once.
Interesting if a jack came here.
Obviously, he doesn't. You know, we don't know what his perception of Isildur is going to be heads up. This is the first time he's raised. This is the second hand they played. He's raised the button, and Isildur straight away 3-bets him. And this is very smart by Isildur.
Yeah.
Makes out he's been caught bluffing.
Yeah.
Checks it over to Pavel, who I guess is going to check back his ace, thinking it's good.
Yeah, he should check back.
He does check. Over a 3. Can't see Pavel putting another chip in the pot with this hand.
I would bet like 100k here to try to get called by the ace. Sorry, 100 million.
Well, he has decided to bet 135. Fan of this is obviously not trying to get called by ace high here. He's hoping his opponent has a jack. And I can't see Pavel calling here. He's going to get the river with so many better hands he can call this bluff with. He doesn't need to be calling all his ace highs as well. Very exploitable if he always called.
Do you think what would you make it? What? I think 100.
Well, no, I like this bet so because I don't think he gets called by ace high too often. He's best off sizing against much better hands.
I mean, Viktor's a monster heads-up player.
Great fans of
so much experience.
Chosen event. So we see obviously Viktor went into the heads-up short of the two, but has already taken the chip lead. And imagine if he hadn't done that, how much shorter he would be. So Isildur decides to fold his button.
Yeah. A lot of heads-up players say that, you should play every single hand. You should always raise from the button or always limp your entire range. I'm not a big fan of it, but
John Duffy
who am I?
advocating folding more than the pros.
Well, I have got a reasonable heads-up record.
I know you do. You went a few years in a row. I remember you went deep in the heads-up at the World Series of Poker.
I came second.
Yeah, that's not very good in heads-up, John.
It's all right.
Second in the 10K heads-up. That's one of the toughest tournaments of the year.
I know.
Who was it who beat you in that one?
Leo something or other. Can't remember his surname.
Well, look at this. Pavel with 10-9. Isildur with
Again.
another hand in the big blind. See, he does decide to raise yet again. And we're obviously going to see Isildur. I mean, Pavel's just getting bashed from pillar to post, John.
I know, it's massive. Maybe he'll elect to just call this time. See if he can get lucky.
He's just got to stop raising the button.
No, I think limping is probably a better strategy.
I mean, you've been 3-bet 3 out of 3. What point do you adjust?
Yeah, but he's only...
I mean, he's been up against hands, but...
Yeah, he has.
He thinks he's been full of it every time, because the one time he did 4-bet him is when he folded. So, yet again, 3-bet pot to the flop. 128 in the pot. Pavel the short stack this time. What will the flop bring? Pavel kind of looked dejected there. Well... Oh my God.
Oh God.
Pavel has flopped the joint. Isildur top set.
Crikey.
Well, this is going to be a huge pot. One of two things happens here. Pavel doubles up or Isildur wins the tournament.
Oh, they both check. They both check.
Check the flop. Well, the turn does bring a heart draw. Isildur may bet this now. Obviously he knows Pavel has called a 3-bet pre. There's a good chance he has some of that, although Isildur, of course, blocks a lot of it by having top pair covered.
Be interesting to see how Pavel plays this. I think he might just shove.
I would imagine he would just call here. I think with position, you can just call, and Isildur has to shove so many rivers. He can't believe his luck. It's quite incredible. I mean...
What do I do
if
here?
the river bricks off, he's being gifted an incredible double up when he was really struggling against Isildur. Well, he has made the call. Isildur can't believe his luck.
Yeah, yeah.
He thinks he's about to win the tournament. You see there, 2-9-8 in the pot. Pavel 2-8-9 behind.
So if the board pairs here, this is over.
Isildur shoving this river unless it's a 9 or 10.
Yeah.
5 will be of some concern, but I don't think he'll be too worried.
I'm all in.
And straight away, all in. Pavel's like, really? Do you really make a flush there?
No.
But there's no way he can fold.
Yeah.
He does call, and he'll get the bad news. Isildur thinks he's won the pot.
Oh,
but
dear.
he's just found out how cold this deck has been.
Oh, that's so brutal.
Well,
so brutal.
He was just winning every pot here, but unfortunately for him, Pavel has just doubled up in a ridiculous cold deck fashion. And Isildur is now down to just 140 million, with Pavel having 875.
Can he fight his way back? Can he fight his way back? Such a cooler, so sick.
Well,
40, 60, 100, 160,
that is incredible.
100.
I mean, I'm trying to see what the guys on Twitch are saying, but we can't read it.
Well, it's going mad.
It's scrolling so fast.
It's going so fast. No, he's not. He's not out. Isildur has got more chips than Pavel, so he's still in there.
Well, this could be Isildur's first shot.
He's going to
Expect
shove.
Pavel will shove this hand.
Definitely, yeah.
He does, and Isildur will call with ace-king. Here we go.
So no 7, and he doubles up.
Shot number 1 for Pavel. He will need to hit 7 to knock out Isildur. Of course, see there, 24% of the time. He will win the tournament right now. It is Isildur at risk and all in for his life here at King's Casino in Rozvadov. Pavel a bit upset about that situation, but here we go, the flop. 4, 5, 6, unbelievable.
Oh, no.
Pavel has flopped.
Oh,
And opening the straight draw with a smile on his face.
Oh no.
Any 8, 3, or 7 will see him take the lead. Isildur have to sweat this one out.
He's got to.
We can't believe it. How does this guy keep doing this to me?
If he dodges
The
this.
turn. Oh, an ace. Well, that is a good card. It
Yeah.
does take the 7th out, but Pavel still hasn't opened his straight draw, giving him 18% equity. He will win the tournament if the river is a 3 or an 8. It's
Whoa.
a 5. Pairs
Low
the
down.
board. Isildur with a full double up. You can hear everyone pretty happy with that in the background. Of course, Pavel still with a 4-1 lead over the Swede.
Yeah, but Isildur's back up to 20
bigs.
bigs now, so anything can happen.
And welcome back as we continue this heads-up duel at King's Casino for your Party Poker Millions crown.
Limps in the Jack 5. Pavel will almost certainly check the 9 deuce.
Check.
Wow. Club, club, club. Not so bad for Pavel, that one.
Not bad at all.
Flops the flush. Isildur, of course, with the Jack of clubs in his hand. He improves to a pair now. This
No,
could be
is
trouble
tricky.
for Isildur.
Yeah, this is tricky. I think he might. Pavel will probably check it. Oh no, he's going to bet.
Does
just
bet
in case.
15. Isildur will call, I'm sure. So this pot's swelling up. 50 million in the pot.
Club? No.
It's a 6. Question of, will Isildur lose more chips in this pot?
I don't think he will. I think it's going to go bet fold here.
May well.
I think if he bets any more than 25 million, I think it's a fold.
Well, he's going big.
Yeah.
He's trying to size it as a bluff or nuts hand.
Yeah. No. I don't think he's going to. I don't see it.
Full pot bet.
No, I think he can fold this. He can wait for another opportunity.
I call.
He does call.
Oh, wow.
And he will see the bad news.
Wow.
Flush.
Well, he loses to the flush.
Wow.
And so Isildur quite short again. 177 million. That's 17.7 big blinds.
So you think the sizing induced it, the call there?
I don't know if the sizing just good, but the sizing was definitely made as a polarizing bet, so it looked more like a flush or nothing. Isildur perhaps deciding with the Jack of clubs in his hand. Well, this looks like it has all in written all over it. Isolde limps in with 7s from the button. Pavel, ace 10 in the big blind. Isolde laying the trap. Pavel raises it up. Isolde will shove.
Sure.
Pavel will call.
I'm all in.
He is all in. Cool. So Pavel with a race to win this tournament. This time flipping. He has ace 10. Isolde has 7s. Marginally ahead. But will need to win this pot or else he will be the second place finisher. And Pavel will be the main event champion here at the Party Poker Live Millions Festival. He, like us, on tens of hooks for this one. Pavel a bit more relaxed. He can afford to lose this. Well, ace, king, 7. Saw an ace, but Isolde has flopped a set.
Right, that was quite a run out, that was.
Pavel will need a lot of help here. Running queen, jack, or perhaps a running full house. Otherwise, Isolde will be back in the game once more. Turn is an 8. River, the 9. Isolde does double up. And is back to just a 2-1 underdog in chips. Let's see, Viktor with a few more supporters.
3 million.
Pretty interesting.
See, there is almost exactly 2-1 now. He will raise it up. Isolde queen 5 off in the big.
I think he'll probably peel there, won't he? Or call, as it were.
Check.
And he does flop a pair. Pavel with all sorts of backdoor draws here in king high.
But a pair is pretty big. Heads up. Especially middle pair.
And well, Pavel improves to a gut shot. Still has 2 overs to Isolde's pair. And
Okay.
that will be the best card in the deck for Isolde. He decides to bet, and Pavel may call here with
We
king
may
high.
call with king high, yeah. I think I might find a call against an aggressive opponent with king high.
The only thing is, he does make the call.
Yeah.
Just a 5.
Not going to like what he sees. Yeah, the board pairing is...
Climbing his way up. 38% of the chips.
And so went the play for the next hour or so. Neither player striking a decisive blow. But Pavel, with the advantage of the chip lead, did keep pegging Viktor back. And as we rejoin the action, you can see he enjoys nearly a 3-1 chip advantage. Can he finish Isolde off? Or will the Swedish phenom, heads-up specialist Viktor Blom, mount a possible comeback here at the late stages? Joining me in the commentary box for the final stages is none other than Simon Trumper.
Yeah, it's been wonderful. The Millions established itself as a premium event, didn't it, throughout the year last year, and the players are flocking to it now and very much enjoying it. I think Barcelona will be absolutely huge. Philip Gruesome sat in the back there, look, watching.
He has a piece of Isolde. They
Does he really?
deep in this tournament. See, rooting on his man. Well, Pavel has ace 10, Isolde ace 8. I think this will go raise shove.
All in.
Oh, surely.
Wow. Isolde with a decision here. Does he want to call it off with ace 8?
Folded ace deuce.
I can't see how he can fold this one, and he
He
does
calls.
call. Isolde is at risk. Pavel with another shot to win the title. Ace 10 against ace 8. You can see if Isolde were to win, they will go back to level. But Is this the final time Pavel needs? Is this the final bullet he will fire at Isildur? He looks exhausted. All he has to do is fade an outdraw and he will be the champion.
So he's still in front.
9-5 deuce. No help. Isildur will need an 8. Good flop for Pavel. Not many chop chances on this board. Oh my God.
Wow.
8 on the turn. Would you believe it? How again? Poor Pavel has Isildur all in for his life once more. But Isildur will double up unless the river is a 10.
Nope.
4. Wow.
Well, guys, if you've been following this final, the all-in hands have just been astonishing. I don't think anybody, even out there in the actual casino, expected that 8 to come on the turn. It looked like it was all over, but Isildur has somehow miraculously survived again.
Yeah, but, I mean, he looked like he was surely dead that time.
And it's amazing that in any sport, when a player does that to his opponent, I mean, they're just beating them down over and over. I mean, Pavel has done nothing wrong, has he?
No.
He's played hands differently. He's changed gear. Sometimes he folds. Sometimes he 3-bets. Sometimes he flats and floats. He's been doing absolutely everything in just the last 30 minutes that I've been watching. You know, the guy's playing fantastic. And Isildur just somehow, that fold.
Pavel with jacks will limp in.
It's the second time in the last 20 minutes we've seen Isildur with pocket 8.
Raises it up.
Pavel's going to get sick of this, isn't he, eventually? But this time he lays it down. I can see that he's getting to the point where he's going to pull the trigger with a marginal hand.
Well, I think he's kind of happy in a sense that he gets to choose when he wants to play big pots in position. Of course, he has to keep limp folding some hands, or else Isildur won't raise if he's only going to continue his shoves and calls.
Okay. Thanks a lot.
So here we go again. Isildur on the button.
Isil with king 6. He comes in for a raise. Pavel has queen 7 suited in the big. Can't see him going anywhere.
He raises to 35 million. Pavel calls. Nice door card, and both players have flopped a pair.
See, Isildur does the backdoor flush draw as well with his king. And he keeps the aggression up as he has done every time he's flopped any hand in the heads-up play. Pavel, of course, has backdoor diamonds. So he will surely call.
Now, if he catches a diamond on the turn, he might want to play the hand far more aggressively. Obviously, if a heart comes, Isildur will be in the same spot. Currently winning, and it is the ace of diamonds on the turn.
Well, I imagine Pavel will check this and Isildur checks back.
Pavel,
Unless Isil thinks he can get his opponent to call with a worse hand. He is cutting out a big bet.
this is a big pot developing here. Pavel with third pair nut flush draw. Isildur putting a sizable bet there, 105,000. Currently winning with his king.
Pavel obviously will call here. Does have a pair and the backdoor nut flush draw. No reason for him to fold.
It wouldn't surprise me if he raised.
Well, I think raising just makes all the bluffs fold and every better hand still calls. Oh, he doesn't. I don't think he's thinking Isildur's necessarily going to bet this big with just the king. If he knew that, he would raise, but I think he's expecting Isildur to check back.
Wouldn't the ace have been a good card just to rep it though?
And, well, he's got a pair. If he had no pair, then I think he might try and bluff. But Pavel does have a losing hand. I suspect this will go check, check. Pavel trying to work out how he missed that one. Desperate to get to showdown. So he could rep hearts here. He does rep hearts.
Wow.
He moves all in. What a play. What a play. He moves all in. How can
Surely
Isildur call?
Isildur can't call here. He's thinking it through in his head. He's thinking he called me on the flop. If he caught the ace on the turn, surely he would have bet.
Well, it's hearts or nothing.
Raised. Yes, he's checking the chip count.
Surely he can't call this. Just thinks there's no way Pavel calls 100 million with a flush draw.
In actual fact, he did. He had the nut flush draw in diamonds and a pair.
Well, the problem is the flush draw that he's most likely to check call with would be the king high flush draw with a pair of kings. And Isildur has that blocked. That is what is playing into Isildur's mind here. If he had the king of spades, he would just have to fold this. He does have pretty much the only flush draw.
He is seriously considering calling here, James.
I can see why. I can see his reasoning, and he's right. There's what hand does he call with a flush draw? Could, of course, be the nut flush draw.
What's your feeling? I think he's going to call.
On edge here.
What do you think at home? I mean, like, this is phenomenal.
So close. Pavel willing him to fold.
This is for the title.
Doesn't want to call, but his gut's telling him. Only the nut flush plays this.
Wow! What a goal! That's phenomenal!
Oh my God!
That is the greatest goal I've seen live here in Rosvedov. You saw it. Isildur made the call of the tournament.
Oh my word. Isildur, with that call, is the Party Poker Millions Germany champion.
That is phenomenal, James. I tell you what, I'm so glad I was in the commentary booth when that happened.
Oh my God.
Oh, wow. I mean, listen, you make it sound a lot easier where you explain that, you know, you can't, because he's got the king of hearts, that's the blocker to the flush. You know, it doesn't make sense having the call on the, you know, with the thing, with an ace. So what can he possibly have to make that play?
His hand there is basically the same as the king high flush. It's the only way he can check call the turn with the flush draw is if he has the ace high flush draw. So Isildur is losing to just one hand.
And there you have it. That is why people rave about Viktor Blom. That's why he gets all the kudos. And now, finally, he has a main event title to match his online legacy. And now we will go over to Marinella for the trophy presentation.
Joined by Party Poker Live President John Duthie and, of course, founder and owner of King's Casino, Leon Zukernick, and our Party Poker Live Millions main event champion, Viktor Blom. What a performance! What a comeback! Unbelievable. Take it in. Now, apart from taking home this incredible €1 million prize, how does it feel to take home this trophy?
It feels really good. It's always nice to win, so I'm very happy. So
you have so many people that have been railing you for so long, and they are enjoying this victory with you. So, who would like to do the honors? John Duthie?
Leon?
Yeah.
Yes, well, Viktor, you're loved around the poker community. That you have a lot of fans, and there's tens of thousands of people who are praying that you win this tournament. And a miracle, the dream came true for a lot of people. The sympathy came on your side, and you win this beautiful trophy, €1 million to go with it. And congratulations!
Yeah,
Congratulations!
Thanks.
Congratulations! Let me.
Go ahead, Leon, do the honors, please.
Handle it to you.
There you go. Our Party Poker Live Millions main event champion, Viktor Blom. Congratulations, Viktor.
Well, it's not often the favourite wins the tournament, especially not in a field the size of this. In a field of 1,022 entrants, there stood the legendary Viktor Blom, and after 4 days of poker and a monster heads-up battle, well, he was the only one left standing.
He could rep hearts it. He does rep pass.
Wow.
He moves all in. What a play.
This would be an astonishing call if he makes it.
And if he was to call this a good hand, it's one of the great hands in poker.
Wow! What a goal! That's phenomenal!
Oh my God!
That is the greatest goal I've seen live here in Rosmodov. You saw it. Isolde made the call of the tournament.
Well, congratulations to Isolde, the Millions Germany main event champion. I've been James Dempsey. This has been very emotional, and I hope to see you at the next Party Poker Live Millions event. It's goodbye from King's Casino here in Rosmodov. We'll see you next time.